Session 21 of Industrial Relations and Labour Legislation of 6th semester BBA of Mangalore University. In this session, we shall study about the settlement of industrial disputes. Under this, we shall study investigation and mediation. Settlement as defined in section 2 subsection P of the Industrial Disputes Act envisages two categories of settlement: conciliation proceedings or otherwise. A settlement which is arrived at in the course of conciliation proceedings, that is, which is arrived at with the assistance of concurrence of the conciliation officer and an agreement between the employer and workmen, arrived at otherwise than in the course of conciliation proceedings. To be valid, an agreement under the second category should be in writing and signed by the parties thereto, and copies should be sent to an officer authorized for this purpose by the appropriate government and the conciliation officer. Every settlement is an agreement, though every agreement is not a settlement. Machinery for settlement of industrial disputes. Failure of the employees and the employers to sort out their differences bilaterally leads to the emergence of industrial disputes. The Industrial Disputes Act 1947 provides legalistic machinery for settlement of such disputes by involving the interference of a third party. Methods of settlement of industrial disputes. The various methods are investigation, mediation, conciliation, voluntary arbitration, compulsory arbitration, or adjudication. Investigation. Investigation is conducted by a board or court appointed by the government. It may be voluntary or compulsory. If the investigation is conducted on an application by either or both the parties to the dispute, then it is voluntary. If the government appoints a court of inquiry to investigate into a dispute without the consent of the parties, then it is compulsory. Investigations do not aim at bringing about the settlement of disputes directly, but by analyzing the facts, they aim at bringing about an amicable solution. When the investigation is compulsory, strikes and lockouts are required to be stopped, and employers should not make any changes in the conditions of employment. Mediation. Mediation is a process available to the parties involved in contract negotiations by which an outside party is called in by the union and management to help them reach a settlement. So the outside party is the mediator to settle the disputes between the trade union and the management. The neutral mediator means he is not for to any party. He is not for to the trade unions nor to the management. A neutral mediator does not ultimately resolve the dispute, but instead tries to move the parties towards the agreement by maintaining communication and suggesting alternative solutions to deadlocked issues. So, contract negotiations are brought by the mediator. The mediator's function is to provide a positive environment for dispute resolution by drawing on extensive professional experience in the field of labor management interaction. The mediator must possess thorough knowledge of the issues and an ability to innovate solutions to the problems of the trade union and the management. The mediator must be an effective communicator. He should know the importance of timing and have confidence and trust of the parties. A mediator must possess attributes such as integrity, impartiality, and fairness. References.